Oh my god, I started recording, then just didn't talk. She just sat here and went, "Oh, this would be nice. Let's just play some Dragon Age." And then, oh shit, I'm actually recording. So, I love this Gordon the Frank. So, okay. So, what are we supposed to be doing today? Pride of Wrought. Oh right, yes. That's not the end of the game, but it's near the end of the game. So, Exalted Plains. Been in before. So, the Emerald Graves part actually corrupted. So, we will go there eventually, back there, just to close a few Fade Rifts so you can see what the game's all about. But today is all about hunting some dragons. So, we're going to go do that. We are going to go and actually kill a few dragons. So, Hinterlands, you should be over there. That's the crossroads. How do I get to this outskirts camp? I want to go up that way. Do you know what? I'll just go to crossroads first. Boom. We can cheer up Bull a little bit. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is head this way. I'm not totally sure.
Something like that.
Even I can tell. I've priced accordingly. Is there something I can...
Guess we can just do this first enchanted thing that's here. Since it's Vivienne, we can do it. I think she's a novelty because she's a female character in a video game that I've got next to no interest in romancing, so... Or that's wrong. She's a female character in a video game that I've got no interest in romancing, and me liking her isn't based on the fact that she's really hot. Because she is, but I'm just, you know. I like the fact that she's her own thing, and she's got her own shit. She doesn't, you know. I don't know. Weird, I don't know. Where is this thing that it wants me to get for her? It's up here. Boop. Boop. Oh, do you know what, guys? I honestly, I want to help her, but I don't want to help her this much. Like, no, fuck that, No, you know you're being annoying. You know you're being annoying. Go away. Like, I really don't give a shit. Search this massive area to try and figure out where the fuck this is. No. No, I will not. One more day of teaching tomorrow, and then off for a little while, which is nice. 3 days over the weekend, which is cool. And then back in for 1 day, off for another day, and then back in for... No. Back off on Monday, back in on Tuesday, off on Wednesday, and then in Thursday, Friday. And then it's Christmas. So. Shut up. So recently heard today that the next Dragon Age is not going to be live service, which is very nice. Measuring the veil, that's something Solus can do with us. But for now, we're here to kill a dragon. Or kill these Venatori, one of the two. See ya. Look at him sidling away. Like, ooh. What do I do? Okay, that's them dead.
I've news, sir.
Go away.
She's taking flight.
Looks like dragon territory. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Ow. You son of a bitch. This arsehole gonna land at some point? Like Skyrim, like is he literally ever gonna land?
Someone had a run of bad luck.
They can take you.
It's never gonna fucking land, is it? I think it's landed. I think it's landed. Or has it? I can't see it if it has. Is it kidding me? Is it just fucked off? Surely not. Surely not. It really has, hasn't it? It's just flown away. Oh no! I see a tail. Right, let's do this. I am ready.
Look at that! That is magnificent!
I still hit. God's sake, Dorian. Give mages a bad name, come on. Game. No. Game, I've just told you to thank you. Did that thing just... Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, come on. Got him now, I think. Pissing him off until he comes down. Game, let me focus on the right way, thank you. Have they gone up there? Cool. Got him.
Is everyone all right?
Never better. See the way everything lit up when it tried to fry us. Now that is a fight.
That last burst of flame nearly roasted us.
I reckon we were going to be alright. Ooh, dragon glands. Means we should really get rid of some of our shit. Yeah, like this. Okay, let's... Game, you fucking... You really don't find a way to make things... You know, slow down, you haven't quite got the inventory space, so just let me carry on, please. Thank you. So that was more difficult than I thought it was going to be, actually. It was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But hey. They're alright.
Good day.
This isn't going to go away if we don't talk about it, Mother. If I'm a mage, I have to learn how to defend myself against demons attacking me in my dreams.
Look around, you stupid fool. The demons are already...
The place is deserted. Is this normal, or...?
Dorian.
Father? You knew about this? Is that why you brought me here?
I wasn't expecting your father here.
I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
Considering you lied to get him here, Dorian has every right to be furious.
You don't know the half of it. But maybe you should.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
I'll need you to explain that.
Did I stutter? Men, and the company thereof, as in sex. Surely you've heard of it.
You've never been with a woman? Or wanted to?
Not to my recollection. Don't get me wrong, they're wonderful. They're just... not for me. That's not so beyond belief, is it?
This display is uncalled for.
No, it is called for. You called for it by luring me here.
This is not what I wanted.
I'm never what you wanted, Father. Or had you forgotten?
That's a big concern in Tevinter, then?
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind, the perfect leader. It means every perceived flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
So that's what all this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
Are you all right?
No, not really. You could have told me. Maybe I wouldn't have gone, maybe I would. How will I ever know? Why didn't you let me decide?
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot.
I should have. I'm sorry.
As am I. That you had to witness any of it. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
Don't wanna know.
Oh,
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
The concerns of the Chantry are no concern of the Inquisition, Mother Giselle.
I'm aware of that. You risk, however, not only the Chantry's opinion.
And if I asked from where these rumors originated?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Why are you here? Go away.
Well, that's something.
This sort of thing happens often, does it?
More than anyone tells you. No one knows their own reputation.
Until someone helpfully informs them.
There is that. She meant well, if that's of any concern. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
I wish they wouldn't disparage you. They don't know you.
They know you even less than they know me. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countryman, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
So I guess a good point to talk about Dorian. So one of the main things that I mean, Dorian's one of my favorite characters. I'm sure you got that, by the way, that I generally treat him when we're playing the game. What I don't like is how BioWare, essentially, for all their bluster, for all of their, there are woke elements to BioWare. There are also very reasonable elements to BioWare as well. What I don't like is the way that they went to default on his story. Like with Dorian's story, they went completely to default and basically said, no, it's because he's gay, and that's what's going on, and that's the story, and ha ha ha, his father doesn't accept that he's gay, blah blah. It's like, well, really? Like, that's what we're doing? Like, you're just doing that? Okay, well, far more interesting if because he's from Tevinter, like, people trying to assassinate him and stuff, and wow. Or his own dad tries to assassinate him because he's, gone to the Inquisition, and his dad is a Venatori agent. That'd be really interesting. But no, he's gay. I think Dorian's a fabulous character. I think he's really, really cool. Probably one of my favourites in this game, along with Bull. The reason why, normally my character would flirt with one or both, sleep with one or both, once, as a one-off. But I just don't want them to, because I want to see if they'll get together, because they should do. And they do, if you leave them alone. But I think the minute you flirt with one of them, it like locks that out, so they can't get together with each other, which is a bit shit. But we are going to Crestwood. Boom, and we're going to over here. I want to say.
Inquisitor, I've something for you.
Don't care. Yes, I wish I had something more interesting to say than that, but I really don't. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they went and said, we could do something more interesting with this character. You should make an interesting character who happens to be gay. You shouldn't make someone gay to try and make them an interesting character. That's the wrong way around. Like, you shouldn't be doing it that way. I can't believe you've got to tell, a professional developer of RPGs, no less, that, but here we are. It's a shame. It is a shame. And I will call out the missteps, because as you all know, I'm a big fan of Dragon Age Inquisition you know, but I will call out the missteps when I see them. Because they do exist. And sometimes they can be annoying. Here's the Forester Homestead. Whatever that means. And the person we've come to see. I'm really hoping the Druffalo don't get in the way.
He sees us!
I didn't like that, did you? This doesn't do any damage to that. Not good. Not good. I really don't like that. It's on the floor. That's a bit of shit. Oh, 9,000. Fully aware it's easier than usual, because we're way over leveled for this now. Well, for this dragon in particular, anyway. Okay, medium armor. Take all that. These guys actually kidding? Did they just see what I just did? Guess they didn't. Right. Let's head back. So we can actually sell some of this stuff. Or use some of this stuff. Or talk to companions. So I think that's the last dragon you can actually get. There's 10 of them. But I think that's the last one you can get just out in the open. You're just wandering around. I think there's one in the Emerald Graves that you may go and try and find, actually. For now. Okay. So what we will do is for the last one, I'm actually going to try and figure out if I can get any more health potions. I'm going to hold off on doing the next big bit of the game until the weekend, I think. Because I think we're on the Hissing Wastes, are we not? No, Emprise de Lyon we are. Van Morrigan's just here now.
The order was sent?
This morning.
The Imperial Army will aid the Inquisition's forces against the Gryphius, but they must also address lingering issues at home. Weaknesses in the Vale, no doubt heightened due to rifts, have resulted in demons on the road between Valforet and Montemard. This would demand a call to action at the best of times. Unfortunately, the increased number of travellers on the roads, merchants attempting to restore trade, and displaced civilians returning home after the war has made the situation worse. Okay. Yeah, send in our troops to do it. Yeah. Good. Commander, I understand your soldiers intend to pursue a party of Red Templars into the woods surrounding Valforet. We have not forgotten your assistance against the demons. Okay, let's do it.
To work?
Yeah, let's come to violence,
You read the
Lord.
report?
It was unusual. Is he always so blunt?
Yes.
And let's come to violence. Lord de Rossier has directly challenged the holdings of our ally Lady Thibault. He claims their ties to the Inquisition are to blame for his loss of honour, which is technically true. His militia is poised to threaten several trade outposts, though his will to attack may not be absolute. Lady Richelieu offers a barrage of names to clarify. Okay. Despite being ostracised, Lord de Rossier retains many allies. While you can certainly hold him at bay, perhaps we should revisit another course. Okay. Uniting his house and that of your ally Thibault might both appease and profit all involved. The daughter, Celeste Thibault, is still betrothed to a Leandre, but this is war of sorts. Okay. Okay, let's do it that way. Our observers of the conflict between your liege and noble houses report that the Leandre family has responded to our appeal. While not the most desirable outcome. An arranged marriage to solidify peace is that is far from the worst possibility. Okay, I don't give a shit. Negotiate a deal with the weapon plans.
Inquisitor.
Thank you. We have never met, but I believe you have, through discreet means, saved me from our most disagreeable connection. Okay. As I dislike being indebted to anyone, I shall endeavour to repay that with news of some interest. While you were you aware the Grand Duchess of Leeds recently paid a visit to Lake Celestine? Indeed. She stayed an entire fortnight as a guest of Duke Alvan Blanchard of whatever that says. In light of her own connections and the curious amount of coin which spread across the region in the aftermath, you may wish to pay him a call.
Inquisitor.
Several Grand Duchess Florian's peers are manoeuvring to claim her place at court, or at least to try and cannibalise the largest portion of it. Their natures may be such that they will not see her fate as a cautionary tale. They may see how high she rose and assume they will be ever so much smarter when the time comes to face down Inquisitors. They should be reminded of the dangers. Okay. I love that now. Look at all these like like sensible ones. Arrange visitation. You go visit them. You know, not with you, with the Duchess. I dare say that walking to find a box traitor on their bed tables will set each straight. You've seen how they are slaves to bureaucracy. Demand they attend the Duchess's reception, as is usual for this time of year. I can see it now. The fashion is pine. Colin says, since we're being barbaric, why not set head on a pike? That was a joke. Do not ask for her head on a pike, Sai. You want her head on a pike.
Inquisitor.
Yeah. Dorian has completed his research using the Liberalum. I believe he has found a connection between Corypheus and an ancient magister named Cepheus of House Amladris. This will be difficult to prove and may be of limited use, but it's worth noting that House Amladris still exists. Even the accusation that Corypheus and Cepheus are the same person would be worthy of a scandal and Tevinter, one that the current members of the family might be desperate to avoid.
Inquisitor.
Quiet message received from House Amladris today. Considering the speed of the response, it seems hard to believe the family had no knowledge of what Dorian found in the book. I wonder how long they've sat upon this secret, wondering if it might someday come to light. My dear Inquisitor, we are most appreciative of the information you provided. How scandalous to think that there might be a connection between our house and those fiends of legend. It's not true, of course. I'm trying to assure you on that point. I intend to dedicate my family toward helping the Inquisition in its righteous cause. Okay.
Inquisitor.
These are just mounts that we're looking at now. Sister Leliana and none of our agents have seen the hero Ferelden, but our normal work led us to scattered references of him passing through the area. It will take a serious commitment to resources, but we should be able to contact him, okay?
Inquisitor.
Stelaniana, the hero of Ferelden, made contact. He left a letter to deliver to the Inquisitor, as well as goods from his travels that might be of use. You've included them in this missive. Okay. The disgraced Warden Sir Ruth wishes to make good on your judgment quiz this year. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Road, so that the premature calling might serve a greater good. Laudable, but any expedition to the Great Roads should be considered with risk. Okay. I'm not sending soldiers down there. The dwarves can take her. We report from our dwarven runner that Warden Ruth was welcomed into a squad of Legion of the Dead. The group descended into the deep roads and did not return. As is tradition with the Legion, all was celebrated before they left. We've received a number of appreciations into the Ruth's name. Good. Good. We've already done this one. The tumult of the major rebellion has been quelled. However, the city where it all began, Kirkwall, still suffers from the consequences of the fanatic Anders' actions. Kirkwall was once my home. It was the home of Grand Cleric Athena, who was mother to me and so many others. I will not watch it languish. Starkhaven will soon embark on a mission of aid. We will send troops and workers to assist in the rebuilding and restoration of the city. I humbly entreat the Inquisition for help in this endeavour.
Let us begin.
Good. Celebrate the dragon slaying. Word is spread about the dragon the Inquisitor killed. A note passed on by Josephine. Tell me you sent soldiers to collect the grisly remains. We have nobles clamouring to see the head up close. I should have anticipated this. Gawking is for peasants, but it becomes civilized when when done with a glass of wine in one hand and a fan in the other. My associate Wade is known throughout Thedas for his talent in capturing the glory of the draconic. Oh, we're doing that one. Yeah, I wish Wade and yes. I love Wade. My Lord Inquisitor, after your recent help with the Venatorium, hopeful that the Inquisition can assist with another matter. With peace restored to Orlais, I wish to engage in new talks with Empress Celine. We are not on friendly terms, for reasons I'll not disclose, and while peace between our nations is in everyone's best interests, the situation remains delicate. The Empress owes you, and thus you could facilitate these talks. Okay. Oh, Queen Honora. Okay. Talks between Ferelden and Orlais took place in Jada and went off more or less without incident. Queen Honora is a skilled diplomat after all, and it was clear that the Orlesians were not interested in more war. This is only the first such meeting, but we've paved the way for a peace treaty. Queen Honora sent her thanks along with a sword that is said to have belonged to the Ferelden hero King Calenhad. According to her, it is a symbol of appreciation for the Inquisition's efforts. Okay, cool, cool. Alrighty.
Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
What is it?
I must explain something first about the Montilier's fortunes.
I remember you said your family had been forbidden from trading in Orlais.
It's devastated our finances. The Montilier's have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
Debt or no, you appear to be surviving.
That isn't enough. A disaster could wipe us out completely. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Most people worry about their next meal, never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montilier's as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Were the murderers targeting the Inquisition?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
If I meet this Comte, he'd better not try to wheedle anything from me.
I will take full responsibility if that's the case, Inquisitor. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
That's fair enough.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Tell me more about Bianca.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
What makes the Merchants Guild such a danger to her?
Well, to be fair, it's more of a danger to me. Technically, we're not supposed to be within 300 leagues of one another. If it got back to the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and then have me killed. Maybe not in that order.
What in the world did you do to cause that?
We almost started a clan war. Does it matter? I can't change it now.
How do you know Bianca? The lady. I mean, not the crossbow.
I met her years ago when she still lived in Kirkwall, and I was looking for someone with, mechanical skills. Bianca is, beyond a doubt, the most brilliant smith you'll ever meet. I haven't seen her since she got married and moved to Orlais.
Bianca is married? Somehow I thought the two of you had a history.
Bianca's family are Kalnas. Surface dwarves, so conservative they don't take a piss without asking the ancestors first. They picked out a smith caste boy for her. Wealthy, respected, has a great anvil collection. The perfect husband. I heard the wedding was lovely. The one Bianca actually showed up for, anyway.
All right, tell me the truth. Bianca made your crossbow, didn't she? I mean, it has her name.
It's not that simple. The Carta thinks my Bianca was a freak success by a Carta inventor who could never duplicate it. If they thought anyone else was involved, someone who could make one work, things would be bad. So, I really can't tell the story. I don't want any more blood on my hands.
That's fair enough.
So how long have the two of you been together?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a continent between us at all times. We write letters. Now and then we manage to meet up. I don't know if that's together. Shit, it's been what, 15 years? Great. Now I feel old. Thanks.
I guess that's it for now.
Sure. I'll be here.
No one here to talk to.
Hello.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
Sarah is part of our team. You don't need to be snide about her.
Actually, on some level, I do. She takes it better than she would take my pity. Or my envy. She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Sharal. But Hallam Sharal was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire. And Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty. Lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
I'd like to know more about Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Is elven magic different from the magic used by humans?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed.
Whoops.
The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
Wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to press that. I was supposed to press. It's dangerous. Sorry, guys.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he was supposed to say it's dangerous and, you know, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. But you know how Canos thinks by now. At least you should do. We already talked to Dorian.
A message from Divine Justinia.
Dead people usually don't send messages.
And I see you feel it necessary to inform me of this.
Well, you were the one who read it.
This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
You take your instructions from me. What sort of help can a dead divine give you?
I don't know. Perhaps something to do with a chantry. Or it could be personal. She guided me for many years, Inquisitor, as a divine and as a friend. There are days when I still look to her for advice, only to remember that I am alone.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
Is this you asking permission to leave for a bit?
Well, yes. I can't imagine I'll be away from my post for very long. And I was hoping you would agree to come with me. Will you at least consider it? One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Thanks for giving me the choice there. Just, you know, just going. That's fine.
If you require any assistance.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
I thought that might be coming after the Grand Ball.
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
What would your ideal divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Liliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Actually, I think you fit the criteria perfectly, Vivienne.
Me? My dear Inquisitor, Thedas will never accept a mage as divine.
With Andraste's herald supporting you, what can they do?
You do have a point, and I suppose there's no better way to restore order than to do it myself. If the clerics could be persuaded to consider me, and it's not impossible, I could hardly refuse now, could I? We will have to be very mindful of everything we do and say, for the Conclave certainly is doing the same. If they look to the Inquisition to provide a sign of the Maker's will, we will have to give them the right one.
Okay. That I can do. In fact, let's do that now. Why not?
Are the soldiers ready?
As ready as they can be. We're asking a lot of them.
Let us begin.
Okay. Well, let's go to... yeah.
It's just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
I didn't expect it to be so... deserted. It makes me uneasy.
It's a small village, and it's too early for the chant. I'm sure the sisters are somewhere.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
You don't need to do that. I've got a woman, but it's fine.
You owe me 20 readings of the Canticle of Trials for that insult.
He doesn't mean it. Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch. That light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart. Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite. That one's quite literal and morbid, but Justinia always said that compassion was my greatest strength. Doubt is easy. It takes courage to trust. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes. Spectacular, isn't it?
What was that?
Looks like we opened something. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Finally. I was getting tired of all these tricks.
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thidas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
Good work. We know the name of our enemy. That's half the battle won.
Exactly.
Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
We don't have to kill her.
No. I must protect the Inquisition. She is an enemy.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide them.
See, I don't really get the... I'll explain in a minute.
No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
Well, this was a waste of time.
I wish I could say this was more than an empty box. There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The Divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
This? Now? After everything you've said and done? I hesitated with Butler, but you never did. You gave me confidence that killing him was the right answer. After Haven, we agreed that war requires sacrifices. Whatever it takes, you said. And my poor dear Natalie. I called her sister once, but I couldn't risk leaving her alive. Don't tell me to let it all go after all I've sacrificed to get here.
Enjoy your empty box then, I guess.
Justinia tried to save me, but all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
Well, I thought when the game was there that was the Urn of Sacred Ashes, that would be really clever, but nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. Do you know what? Come over here first.
You are quite distracting, you know.
So, you're a candidate for Divine now.
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
I don't see why you think the Chantry is so worthy of reform.
I am not so quick to abandon it, or the principles for which it stands.
I was hoping we could spend some time together.
What could we possibly do to pass the time?
Oh, right, it's one of these. Okay. Like how far he has to bend down is ridiculous.
Inquisitor, come, have a drink. To killing a high dragon like warriors of legend.
What exactly am I supposed to be drinking?
Maras Lok.
What does that mean?
It means drink! Oh. I know, right? Put some chest on your chest. That little gurgle right before it spat fire. And that roar. What I wouldn't give to roar like that. The way the ground shook when it landed. The smell of the fires burning. Tarsidathan Halsam. You know, Kunari hold dragons sacred. Well, as much as we hold anything sacred. Here, your turn.
That thing you just said. You shouted it during the fight, too. What does it mean?
Oh, Tarsidathan Halsam. Closest translation would be, I will bring myself sexual pleasure later, while thinking about this with great respect.
You shouted that while it was breathing fire at us?
I know, right? Oh. Yes, the second cup's easier. Most of the nerves in your throat are dead after the first one. Atashi, the glorious ones. That's our word for them. Atashi.
Why do you think the Kunari think of dragons that way?
Well, you know how we have horns. We kind of look more dragony than most people. Maybe it's that. But a few of the Ben Hasrath have this crazy old theory. See, the Tamasrans control who we mate with. They breed us for jobs like you'd breed dogs or horses. What if they mixed in some dragon a long time ago? Maybe drinking the blood, maybe magic, I don't know. But something in that dragon we killed spoke to me.
It's a shame we had to kill the dragon.
Damn good fight. Dragons are the embodiment of raw power. But it's all uncontrolled. Savage. So, they need to be destroyed. Taming the wild. Order out of chaos. Have another drink. Oh. Nice. To dragons!
To finding the biggest, baddest things in the world and showing them that we're badder.
Anan.
Looks like he's about to fucking collapse. Well, at least somebody celebrated the dragon slaying with me.
Worship?
Probably go check on Liliana, shouldn't I? Since that's what it says, that's what we'll do.
Grand Cleric Victoire is scrambling after the loss of her agent.
Good. Her support base is in Morale. Tear it down. Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. Have him collected. He shall be an honored guest, and make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.
Good work with the Grand Cleric.
Thank you. I do what I can. You see, when I'm ruthless, it gets us where we need to be. It's something to be proud of. Why fix it? How funny that her regret is what finally puts my own to rest. I chose to become her left hand, knowing what it meant. It was my weakness that stopped me from fully committing to my task.
You've spent more than enough time playing the Divine's games.
Forgive me, Inquisitor. It took far too long for me to realize this. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares. Death and deception are my trade. It is what I am. It is what I always will be. You've joined a fellowship with a distinguished history. Knight Enchanters have long served the Divine.
I didn't choose this path to serve anyone.
Where you go on the path is one thing, where it starts is another. These traditions were forged by the Chantry's most trusted mages. That cannot be denied. No matter, you have chosen well, and are in good company. I had friends who were Knight Enchanters, who served at Justinia's side, who died with her. It's good to see new mages keeping this flame alive.
I'll leave you to your work.
Alright, there's that. Oh. So I think that's all we're going to do for today. We're going to go and read... I'm going to go save in the Inquisitor's room. Doing quite a lot, working our way through the companion's content. Slowly but surely. We will see most of it as we go along. We've still got to go to the... We've got 4 places to go before the game even ends. The main game. So that's the Descent. Well, we've got the Jaws of Hakon first, then the Descent. We've got the Hissing Waste to do, and we've got Impulse de Leon to do. Once those are done, then we're done. So I'm going to just have a look here and see... Okay, it's not in there. Is in Codexes. Places Tails in Tails? No. God's sake, game, come on. Here we go. Oh, okay. I thought it would give me the letter from him, but it didn't. Okay, letters and notes. go. A letter from the hero for Eldon. Right, so this is from Royce. To his worship, Inquisitor Adar. I wish that I had helpful information regarding Corypheus, but due to my own limited training during the Blight, I know less of ancient Darkspawn lore than do most wardens. I'm engaged in a search of my own. All Grey Wardens who do not fall in battle eventually fall to something known as the Calling, a magic that preys upon our connection to the Blight and the Darkspawn. Rather than such foul magic eventually leading to my death, I have determined to find a way to negate this calling and save all wardens from its effects. As I have little useful information to offer, please accept the accompanying gifts instead. If in my quest I find anything that may be of use to you in your plight against Corypheus, I will send it to you immediately. Yours, Warden Commander Royce Cousland of Ferelden. Okay. So he didn't really have much to say, did he? That's a shame. That is a shame. I honestly think that they could have done more with the hero for Eldon, but it might have been one of those things that just jumped in right at the end. But anyway, that is what we're doing for now. Next time we'll be clearing up one or two things. In fact, what are we doing next time? Let me just have a little look. So inner circle stuff. We'll do that. Yeah, everything can be on hold until after Jaws of Hakon. We'll do Jaws of Hakon first. And then we will, you know. Yeah. Okay. What's from the beyond? Hinterlands. Yeah. Hissing Wastes. Okay. Sand and Ruin. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So, we will kill dragons as we go through as well. So we're going to do... Next part will be Jaws of Hakon, and probably the next few parts will be Jaws of Hakon, to be fair. And then after that we're going to be doing... clearing up some stuff. After that, as we always do, after big parts in the story. We'll clear up some dragons, we'll clear up some quests that we wanted to do in different places. I'll show you the dragon in Emerald Graves, so you can actually see the Emerald Graves. That part of the game was corrupted. I'm actually really lucky that that part of the game was corrupted, because it's like one of the Exalted Plains, Hissing Wastes, and Emerald Graves are three that you could cut out the game and nothing would change, basically. Probably Exalted Plains is the one you really don't want to miss, because you see the Orlesian army there doing things, and it sets up the Winter Palace quite well. So yeah, we'll be doing next few ones will be Jaws of Hakon. Then we'll be doing more clear up quests and companion stuff after that. Then we'll be doing straight after that we'll be doing the probably Hissing Wastes or Priest of Leon, which either one comes first. Then we'll be doing the Descent. Okay. Then we'll be doing whatever one we haven't done of Priest of Leon or Hissing Wastes. Then we'll be doing the Temple to start the end game. Then the end game, and then obviously we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back for Trespasser after that. That is the plan for the rest of the game. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you guys next time.